Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatar varishthayo Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Our salutation to Sri Ramakrishna, who is the establisher of all the religions in its true perspective. I was just back, so I missed one of the interesting part, dramatic reading of the Gospel. And also just back from India. So, India's experience, probably you are very keen to know what was going on. Yes, we were very much fortunate to be there. We went for the concluding ceremony of the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. It was a grand finale. So many things went on, but it was very educative, highly inspirational to see how many devotees from different parts of the world came, and from India, and also youth, about 12 to 13,000 youth were present in that meeting, last 2 days, and it was for the youth to participate, and from the perspective of them, how they feel Swami Vivekananda in their life, how they can transform their characters. So different speakers were speaking, and also the minister, chief minister of West Bengal, a very powerful lady, she came and she spoke before the youth to how to do good to the country, like that. It is very inspirational in the ideal of Swami Vivekananda. And before that, just before that, there were 2 days dedicated to the delegates to the international seminar, and that was dedicated to the Swamis who went from this country back to speak there. Our Tagananda Swami of Boston was there, and then another was Swami Tattamayananda of San Francisco was there. Then there's Swami Atmagyanananda from Washington, D.C., and another four Swamis from, and myself one. So they are given different topics, how West and East Swamiji breathed together, and everyone presented their own subjects. And that's very interesting and illuminating also. And the gathering was about, say, 10 to 12,000. Not the delegates were not all from the West. It was very limited number though, but there was representative from different countries. So from this center we are about 8 people present. DC, here, Hollywood and others. But their main subject was that how Swami Vivekananda impacted the West, and also how India got the benefit of that, how his idea of bridging together and bringing the best of the East and West, that was the subject highlighted more. And it was very interesting for many people were very highly happy with the expressions they received from their talks and also the responses. And 2 days were there, and then and before that another 2 days were devotees, delegates from all over the world, from different countries, not as representative, but particularly in India, they also participated. So actually, it is a type of thing which to awaken some consciousness about Swami Vivekananda. That was the main purpose of this big event at the end, so that in India people can understand, and that what Swami Vivekananda did and how it impacted the every phase of the life of Indian life, in politics, in national regeneration, in field of education, in the field of women empowerment, in the field of self-sufficiency in individual life, how to promote education in the tribal areas and in different fields of education, not only the academic education, but technical education and other things, how Swamiji's idea is becoming envisioned, and that vision becoming a reality. That was the main purpose of this. And media covered it continuously. I think you can get all these things online. Belur Math has kept it online. So if you go to online, you can listen to most of the lectures. But anyhow, there is also another interesting thing that they wanted. Some of our parliament, what you call world religions here, they wanted to make a brief presentation of that through the PBS here in this country. So they requested our General Secretary Maharaj and myself, Shiva Maharaj, Atma Tattananda, he was very much interested in it. And probably the whole material has been sent to me, a high resolution copy of the video and DVD, all the talks and things. But how much it can be given to the PBS public broadcasting system in this country, or one of the devotee, that means her name is what, Sharon Bride probably, she will be promoting this to circulate it through the broadcasting system. So that will be good for this country to know, make it more little popular. So this was the part of that 6 days conference, you can call. It's a really very inspirational to see so many people assembled in one place, stayed there in different hotels or in different schools and colleges which were vacated for their stay. And our Institute of Culture also played a big role to take our foreign delegates, international delegates from Calcutta to Belur Math. And it's a very great experience for them also to know India in a different way. That was the part for which we went, and it was really a great personal experience for the lifetime experience. And then, to go to India, actually, Swami Vivekananda said that after being so many years in the West, Swamiji, you came to this country now and see so much of poverty, so much of worldly, deprived from so many things, and you see, how do you think about this India? So Swami Vivekananda said that I loved India, but after seeing the whole world, I come back, and every dust of this country is holy to me. That was his impression. And I cannot say that I felt that much. But it is very interesting to see how on the surface the country has come up so much from the level it was. But at the same time, you know about the corruption and other things in different parts. But at the same time, it is very interesting to see how some potential spirituality is also becoming vibrant, and it is working. And awareness amongst the people for doing something good is also coming. And it's really a remarkable change, though it is very difficult and it takes time. But if you go to the Calcutta International Airport, it's a fantastic airport. They have done a new airport. It's very, you can compete with any other international airports. But I do not know how long they will be able to keep it, because it again comes back to the people who will be maintaining them. But anyhow, the roads have improved so much. It is like going to any place, national highway they have prepared, that it will be like as smooth as like that of our streets, our highways, freeways like that. They are trying to bring up that, and Swami Vivekananda wanted that material prosperity should be there. In India could have done much more. There is so much potentiality and things. But at the same time, there is a lack of in the political level, in other areas, there is so much of stealing the money and floundering the money like that. That is a very sad part. No one can do anything there unless there comes a great change. But what I liked, I went to different centers. I went to see one of the centers, which is near our Jairambati. Jairambati, Holy Mother's place. I went to visit that place near Purulia. And they have started an organization. It is called Swami Lokeshwarananda Eye Clinic. You'll be surprised, it is in the remotest village of Purulia. Now road system has come up, but those people who live, they are tribes, or you can say underprivileged people. So they even do not know how to use toilets and other things. But these interested, dedicated souls are trying to give them the most modern facility to help their eyes to eye operations with the most modern gadgets or instruments what we use it in this country, and top doctors, and there are some volunteers. So it is parallelly, and they are helping these rural people. That area was drought, always there is lack of water supply, but they are helping them to cultivate certain crops which will sustain them. They cannot afford to have their own small lands, that they have made a corporate structure like that, where say 10 of the villagers, poor villagers, they give their land, and this institution is supplying initial money to till that ground with that high technology, what type of seeds are necessary, what type of insecticides will be sprayed, and all this, and they're giving training. And these people who are actually tribals, they are coming up with their good livelihood and other things in the areas where people never think government didn't do anything, but these private sectors are trying to do. And this is also dedication that behind you find, that is Swami Vivekananda. Lokeshwarananda Swami was the inspiration behind them, and this Swamiji's ideal, how to serve the ordinary human being in their dignity, with their love and respect. So these types of parallel organizations are working. I went to one place where that institution is doing activity for the good of the people. They are called Cobbler's Village. There are Cobbler's Village, they call Muchipara, Dome Para. Dome means, what will be dome? Dome will be those who cremation, funeral workers. So they live with that. So that means by the calling that area, like it is the village of the what you call cobblers, it is the village of the, that means they are the most ignored people of this society, and they are untouchables. That untouchability is gone, but they are still in the psychologically people feel that they are of lower category. But when we went there, they wanted to rename the village. In one village is called Ramakrishna village, another village is called Holy Mother village, Swami Vivekananda village, Brahmananda village, like that. And then total transformation in their psychological understanding that they say you belong to a very high category of spiritual background, or you are not to be undermined or looked down upon anymore. So, and they are helping them with their education, with they are mostly getting their higher education, even starting their education from the very grade level, maybe a primary level to the school level to college level, and that organization is working. I went to another part of in Assam. Assam, there is in another area, it's called Silchar. Silchar is a border area, but it is little hills and hillocks are there. Not, you cannot say hills, but hillocks. But people, they are called the most old tribals. You know, I was surprised to see about more than 100 probably, their students are there. They belong to different tribes, of ancient tribes. And their language is so different, they cannot communicate between each other. One group have their own language, another group have their own language. Our Ramakrishna mission is working there, bringing those young boys from that remote area. You have to walk 7-8 hours. There is no other communication to go to that remote group of tribes. And they have collected those types of children from those areas. That institution is working for last 70 years. But the result is that they do not know even use of their clothing. They use all the arrows, bow and arrows, and hunting and all these things. But coming into the limelight of education, now they are becoming graduates. Now some of them have become IAS officers. And it will be surprising that in the Mahabharata, there is a story that the name of Bhima, no? Bhima? Arjuna, Bhima, 5 brothers. So the Bhima married one of the tribal lady. It's called Hidimba. So Hidimba, that name is there, Hidimba. And it is surprising that their lineage is still existing, and a group of boys have come from that area. And the Swami was saying that it is surprising to see that even now that has reduced, that habit has come, is no more in openly done. But even few years before, there are stories that when someone dies in their family, their children or their family members, they take the flesh of the dead and eat them. That's why they are called Rakshasas. That is in ancient time, that description is there. There are some group of people who eat flesh like that. No? So, but you will be surprised that from that same tribe, the children are now getting educated, and naturally the change in the society, in their society, is also coming. And about 12 such tribal groups are staying in our ashram. And it's so inspirational. At the early morning, they go by clock. Every minute they are following a very rigid discipline. And it is surprising. They are coming in the early morning and chanting Vedas in the shrine. Sato, Ma, Sadgamaya, etc. As we chant here, Sahana Bhavatu, like that. And that chanting, then some Ramakrishna bhajan singing or Swamiji's bhajan, Holy Mother some song, and then they go and sweep the whole ashram campus, and then immediately they go for their breakfast and then have their, within few minutes they will be ready to clean their bed and everything. So training whole day, then study, and then they are doing very competing with the other boys because they never got any opportunity to come into the society and come see the education system. But now they are competing with the other boys of the city, and they are doing very good competitively there. So it is really that they do go whole day, then they go to school and then come back and then have their breakfast again, and whole day it is like a routine thing, and their disciplined life. Life has become very disciplined for them, and ultimately they become good people in the society and change their own tribes gradually. That is a great contribution in this center, what I saw. And rest of the thing, most of the time, I enjoyed Belur Math. You know, Belur Math is such a place. It is just, you may not have to do much. Just you sit on the bank of the Ganges, and the simple, serene Mother Ganga is flowing. Just you sit there and watch, that's all. You can feel the peace and silence and peace and joy of life. So that was the major thing. But I had to go to different private institutions to speak here and then. That's a part of our life. Wherever you go, you have to they want to know a little bit of our activity here, as also some spiritual topics. And what else to say? There are different groups of people, and I went to that Silchar. There are local people are so devoted, so they didn't get much time to announce the evening talk, but it was almost more than 300 people were present, and the next day about 500 to 600 people assembled there. I was surprised in one place, there are about near our Shikra, where is Raja Maharaj's birthplace. Close to that, one Sunday they were talking, asking about spiritual life and how to develop devotion, etc. So there are about, I was surprised to see about 1,200 people were in the hall to listen to the talk. So there is great enthusiasm to hear about Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, and there are different organizations in their own way. They are working in different places, and they are trying to improve in their own way the people of their locality who are deprived, giving them some skills or training so that they can make their own money. Even the women are given some special training for their livelihood, to be independent more and to help the family. But still there are much to do, much to do. And Ramakrishna Mission is an ideal there, and Ramakrishna devotees who are working in their own locality, there are maybe hundreds and hundreds. They are very inspirational. They have no fund much, but they have the heart to do things. And in the remotest village of Sundarban, where tiger-infested areas are there, so those areas, there's salt water is so scarce, and there is no supply of water. They get only saline water, and the last tsunami-like thing happened there also. As a result, it was flooded, and there is no crops for last 1-2 years. So mostly the active people, men folks, have left for other states to earn money, and the women are there, but it is very difficult for them to survive because drinking water is a big problem. But there's and then cultivation of the land, though the land is there, and they cannot grow anything much. But still, some technology they are trying to adapt, and Ramakrishna Mission is helping them to do what can be done in that condition of the ground, and other skills to learn like that.
When you speak of those tribals, the people, like even the flesh-eating ones, do they have a faith? Who do they worship? Or do they worship?
They have their tribal gods, and
so
not like that.
No. Pre that time, before those times?
Yeah.
So do they worship the divine feminine, or?
So they are different. I do not know, I didn't go there, but they have their own primitive concept of God, primitive concept of deities like that. And they have the concept that if you eat the flesh, then you get the strength and power and the quality of that person. A very primitive concept. But can you believe that suppose someone's parent died, mom or dad, and the children will be eating the flesh of them. But they also like that they saw their father, their son, and they also say, I was asking, they said that the mom probably when they die, they may say they will allow, okay, instead of burning this, you can take my flesh, like that. But that is reducing. That is a very extreme case. But with education, these things are going away.
There was a show on PBS where they showed a tribe somewhere in Thailand called Cambodia, which uses similar kind of practice.
Oh, in Cambodia or Thailand, there is some. Yes.
I think that Swami mentioned about Silchar, and I remember Swami Sarvadevananda established some scholarship funds there to help the education of the children there. So through Ramakrishna Foundation. So yeah, that's what. No,
Yeah, Silchar area. Yeah, Swamiji used to. They told me that Swamiji used to send for this tribal education. He used to send some money every year. Quite a good amount. He was saying that after so many years, it was a good amount for us. Anyhow, so this is the way India is working. And at the same time, you can go and see the speciality of India. Wherever you go, thousands will be thronging into the temple. And that is very common scene you can see. In the early morning, you just take a boat and move. Even from Belur to Dakshineshwar, you can find on both sides of the Ganges how many people in the early morning they are taking bath and they are chanting mantras and they are offering water like that. It's really a scene to be observed. That's why Swami Vivekananda said religion is the core of Indian heart. People, whatever they do, but this spiritual India, that is there. But that how much these educated societies taking, that is a different question. But you cannot stop that type of religious sentiments, what is working. You go to Kali temple and you see how many thousands of people in the early morning they are standing. And also you find there are, not in Kali temple in Dakshineshwar, but in Kali Mandir and Kali Ghat, you go, how they are trying to get some 100 rupees from you forcefully, and give this, give that, and you touch this flower and put your head here like that. That is the priest's business of monetary business. That is parallelly there, but still people go taking all these troubles, facing all these difficulties. They go there, and their devotion. So, in the sense, Swamiji's dream probably is coming. It may take time, I do not know. People put this question, seeing the degraded condition of the political people and other things, whether the Satya Yuga, Ramakrishna came. It is said that, Swamiji said that Satya Yuga has started. Satya Yuga is the golden age, or the best time of spiritual awakening has come. So it is difficult, very difficult to say whether it has come or not. But some of our Swamis say this way, that yes, it has come. But when the tidal wave comes and the low tide is there, when the high tide just tries to overflood it, so there is a big turmoil. And that time, if you have the idea in the Ganges or in the Bay Area, then you find that it is very difficult. That is the most turbulent water, dirty, and all these things are mixed together. There is no sign of such age of golden age or something like that. But it takes time. So when the high tide supersedes, it takes little time, then you can see the freshness of the water and this fullness of the river like that. So we hope that will come someday. And today particularly is Thakur's day. We have celebrated from morning, and really we all came, and it was very music were so many music, so many chantings, and also Belur Math, I heard that there is this is the 9th, means the celebration day. So there will be how many 100,000 people, it is difficult to count, and there will be a big mela, it's called festivity. They had a huge, what you call fireworks. Fireworks is, they will be doing, previously they used to do in the campus, Mott campus. Now it is so big, they do it in the ship or a boat, big boat. And on that they do for 1 hour firework. So it's very spectacular. And a day of festivity, people come from unknown areas. And even in the Belur Math campus, there will be some shopping. You can have some eatable items, you can have some, but they give no charge, but people come and then sell it. It started from the very beginning. This is the day of festivity, so that everyone can come and join. So today is a day there, but ours, we are celebrating the actually birthday of Sri Ramakrishna today. And the whole day was a very spiritually elevating day probably, because doing or having the worship and then home of fire and then Salinger's presentation, that was also very interesting. And then I missed this gospel, so you have felt the presence probably with Sri Ramakrishna and the environment. And so this Sri Ramakrishna has come for all-round development. When avatar comes, the incarnation comes, they don't come for one particular country or one particular aspect only. Though it is said he is the establisher of all dharmas, meaning he has not established a new dharma. It's not that there is no dharma or religion. Religion was there. Hinduism is known with its multifaceted aspects. It was there. But the true religion, the religion of realization, that Sri Ramakrishna established. And today it is a very important day to think that we must have to take that religion of realization, that religion not of rituals or doctrines or dogmas, but for only to spiritualize our life and to find solace in this life and to transform ourselves into a divine personality. Sri Ramakrishna's blessings is there all the time with us, and we must have to realize this, we have to remember this. And today, through different ways, we got this opportunity to think this. Sri Ramakrishna is for all-round upliftment. That's what I wanted to say. Swami Mahapurush Maharaj Swami Shivananda used to say, Sri Ramakrishna has come, and that he has awakened the cosmic kundalini of the world, cosmic kundalini. That's not individual. It is the awareness of their divinity in every scientific, even in the field of science. Could we imagine today's scientific development where we are standing now? So look at the communication system, telephone system, and movement from one place to another. This world has become so close. It's a really bridging the whole universe into oneness. That is Sri Ramakrishna's special contribution. Of course, whenever incarnations came, they did that. But in this incarnation of Sri Ramakrishna, it was much more modern because it is time-wise, and the same incarnation played in this role to bridge the whole world together and to bring this harmony and the best of each one's potentialities in the field of art, literature, science and technology, and also in the spiritual life. You see how many thought currents are working now in US. Could we think? It was, if we feel that way, then previously there is no scope for individual development to grow in one's own way. Rather, you will have to be stereotyped in particular faith or belief system, you can say. But now you see, people are having wonderful opportunities. Each one can choose what thought will be most appealing and most appropriate for one's own sentiment and one's own mental makeup. No. So this is the contribution of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. So what to say today, this is a very special day in that sense, and our whole life who come in the parameter of Sri Ramakrishna, that should be, they should get this feeling and this love for all religions, for every humanity, and to try to see divinity in others, which is all the theories of the Vedanta scriptures, to see God in everyone, every religion says. But through the eye of Sri Ramakrishna, through the path laid down by Sri Ramakrishna, we will have to see our own life and just get the benefit of it and purify ourselves. So now will be our next 6 o'clock. It is almost coming to 5 minutes to 6. So if you have any 2 minutes question, otherwise then we'll... Yes, please.
I wanted to comment about how I feel about the tribal, the indigenous people. But I think the tribal people should be left alone to evolve on their own terms and on their own time. Because all the aboriginals all over the planet, they get absorbed in a so-called higher society, they end up in the slums, in prostitution, in factory work. So they need a culture. For us it's primitive, but for them it's okay, and they are evolving. So just to
That's the beauty of our Ramakrishna mission. Good question. Others try to proselytize them, to change them. But what we say, we don't disturb their system. They let them do their practices, spiritual practices. Only we try to give them modern education so that they can learn how to live in a better way and how to get out of some wrong prejudices, particularly which is not good for that community there. Today we need not have to expect that there should be some people who will be like cannibals, will be eating the flesh. But we are not touching the side of their spiritual side, their practice side. But they are getting a training here how universal one can be. That universality, at the same time your individuality. That is the beauty of Ramakrishna. You remember, Swami Vivekananda said, I have not come here to convert. I don't say that one Hindu should be a Buddhist or Buddhist should be a Christian should be like that. But what he wanted to give, to make a better Hindu, better Christian, better Muslim, like that. So the same idea is taken there. We don't disturb their individual spiritual traditional faith, but we give a broader perspective and let them decide what they will do, and they will feel better. Not that we are going to give them some television and other things to get to modernize only, but not without touching or disturbing their faith, what they belong to. We are giving a better background of that so that they can understand themselves much better. I think that is our mission's approach. We don't, but of course in those areas, some areas, not those areas where very inaccessible areas where this center is working, but in Cherrapunji and other areas, there also Ramakrishna Mission works. But there are people who convert others. There are huge number of conversion is going on in the border areas. Almost it has become Christian countries. And also some places, different religion is very much changing their own tradition and putting them into the new culture, new ideas, new thoughts. But Ramakrishna Mission does not do that. Where even in Cherrapunji, where we have many schools, about 50, 60 schools are running in different areas of that area. But we don't convert them, but we give them the background of universalism and other things, but they practice their own spiritual things every day as the family and other things. Okay, so thank you all. Just the feeling as I got, as I said, that India is really in whatever may be going on, but I feel that it is a place where spirituality is there, you can catch it. It is not that it is not here, I am not saying that. But it is suppose you want to be spiritual, it will be difficult for you. The society, the environment is not very congenial. Say one boy wants to be a monk or a nun. In Indian society it is easy because people know who is monk, who is nun, and they support their and honor them. No, but in this country it is very difficult to first to recognize, first to get some appreciation, and to the society's help to promote that more. So, as we say, that we want more amayantu brahmacharina, we are praying that let more brahmacharis come, let more nuns come and join. No? But in India, it is then people, whatever may be their modernization, but people still know that there is a spiritual life, and the spiritual life is renunciation, life of renunciation, and they are a sect, and they are a group of people who live like this. So here it is becoming gradually well known, but it is proportionately, it is very uncommon to be a monk or nun and also get the full support from the society. Okay, I pray to Sri Ramakrishna for the blessings so that we can lead a better spiritual life and purify our life and be a blessings to the society. Thank you all.